What's up, everybody? The Tax Man is back with another best ball live stream. Not live stream, but stream. We're in a big dog. Let's go. I'm actually in a puppy right now, too, but the big dog just filled. So I'll do the puppy on my phone, and you guys can follow along with me in the big dog. Unfortunately, I got the seventh pick, which is not ideal. That's okay. We'll make it work. So yeah, I'll do the puppy on my phone. This one filled a lot quicker than I was expecting because I got in it when there was like 5 people in it, and then it literally took like maybe 10 to 15 minutes to fill, which is just kind of crazy. I guess a lot of people get on at night trying to do a big dog. I'm on the clock with my puppy team, and I'm going to be taking Bo Nix. I can show you that team real quick while I wait for my pick. Could take JT in this one. I do like me some Ashton Genty as well. I pick. Okay, yeah, I got Bo Nix with my last pick. All right, so we just started. I'll take you to the draft board. Let's see if we recognize anybody. Yes, I recognize Renegades. This guy loves to go like 2 elite wide receivers and then smashes running backs and takes 2 early quarterbacks. A lot of his drafts look the same. So it's just something to note that, I mean, in these rooms, quarterbacks get pushed up. Running backs get pushed up the board quite a bit. So it's definitely beneficial for me to go running back here because of that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my guy. I don't know what else to say. I just like Ashton Genty. I think he's a safe pick. Young Jonathan Taylor. If he stays healthy, he could be a good pick as well. Obviously, we saw him do it last year. 340 half PPR fantasy points, 340. But I see Ashton Genty being able to do that. So I'll go ahead and take him. Never gonna mind an Ashton Genty team. He also gets Arizona in week 17, which is a great matchup. That's what I need to do is pull up the matchups. But yeah, Ashton Genty is, I think, my second highest owned player. You guys can guess what the first one is in my comments. And if you go back and watch some of my videos, I'm sure that you can figure out who my first exposed player is. And he's a guy that I was consistently getting in the second last pick of drafts, third last pick of drafts, and now he's going in like the probably 10th round, I would imagine. I'm coming up on the clock. I'm sure I'm on the clock with the puppy as well. But I'm on the clock with, I kind of want to go Amari and Hampton here. He's a guy that, I don't like him as much in managed as I do in best ball. He's in a good offense, and like they said that they're going to be splitting the workload some, but like honestly in best ball I don't really care that much because I'm just looking for his spike weeks. And I feel like in that offense he's going to have spike weeks, so I want some pieces of him, and I haven't taken a lot of him in the other tournaments, like the smaller tournaments. So I like to get my exposure in a big dog, and he's perfect to pair up with Ashton Genty, in my opinion. And I know for sure this is like, I do like this start, but like I said, I haven't been taking him in a lot of drafts. So this is kind of like a unique combination for me. Ashton Genty, just personally my portfolio. Obviously not the field. It probably won't be a unique combination. But it's beneficial to also get the unique combinations in your own portfolio. Because in the NFL season, I always say it, there's so many variables. We can't predict the future. So you need to be mixing and matching who you're taking Of course, we like certain players and we like to expose ourselves to them like I do with Ashton Genty, but anything can happen in an NFL season. So you don't want to be like 75% owned of a certain player unless you're doing like 10 drafts. But if you're doing volume like I am, and like I feel like a lot of people are starting to do, especially if they're, you know, watching streams and on YouTube and deep into the weeds, like you're doing some volume with the puppies and stuff. So, and really to have a legit shot of winning in these, in my opinion, you kind of have to do volume or else, because you need luck as well. So Jeremiah Love is sitting here for me. Um, he has some like a ankle issue. Um, but honestly, I kind of just want to go Kyrene because I don't think I have much Kyrene, and like they're similar bets to me, but Kyrene we've seen do it, and he's in a better offense. Where like Jeremiah Love is splitting a backfield in a worse offense, and he's a rookie. So give me Kyrene there, and I have a lot of Jeremiah Love, so I'm not worried about it. But I do really like this start in a big dog because so Jeremiah Love goes to this guy. So we both have a 3 running back start, which I was about to say in a big dog I really like because running backs go very quickly. We know what Renegades wants to do. He's doing exactly what I said he was going to do, which is take 2 anchor wide receivers, and now he's going to hammer out running backs. He's probably going to take 2 quarterbacks early. So now I definitely will be looking to take a wide receiver though, because these guys in this range all have some good upside, and I want to get one of them, especially considering I started with 3 running backs. DJ Moore goes to the Josh Allen drafter very early. He knows he's not getting him back, so understandable why he wants to take him this early. I'm just going to check on my puppy real quick. See, put some guys in the queue. I need some running backs with this team. All right. So I'm coming on the clock. Jalen Waddle's still here and Garrett Wilson. So I'm going to be picking between those 2 guys. So yeah, I'm going to take Jalen Waddle here. Really like this guy. Really like his talent. Like the offense that he lands in. And I'm getting a little bit of a dip on ADP. And I need wide receivers. He also just started practicing again today. He was dealing with like tightness or whatever. But like these veteran wide receivers, I am a professional athlete. I play soccer, and a lot of veterans just take the preseason. They say they have tightness. They say that some of them even just say that they're injured just so they don't have to, do the grueling preseason. They just want to play the games, honestly. I mean, I had guys on my soccer team that literally missed every single preseason. And then by the time the season rolled around, they were fine. And they were just milking, you know, just milking their injuries. So the guy who also went 3 running backs decided to go Tet McMillan, which I think is fine. But like I was saying this, I think on my last stream, I had Tet on my redraft team, which by the way, he was on my championship team. So I won the beefcake, but actually no, he wasn't on that team. He was on a different redraft team that I did. And he's a guy that just like he doesn't really put up too many spike weeks. At least he didn't last year. He would put up like, he would get like his good games were like when he got like 70 yards and a touchdown. It was like, oh, okay, he had a good game. But like if he didn't score a touchdown, he wasn't having a good game. And like I don't think he ever had a multi-touchdown game, maybe once. Where like Jalen Waddle, in my opinion, could rip off for like 130 yards and 7 catches because his offense is just better. Bryce Young can barely see over the defense because he's so short. So this guy takes Mike Evans. I was going to take him. You know who I could take here? Um, and I'm going to is Parker Washington. So this is a guy I've been wanting to get on a big dog team. And I pretty much, I feel like, have a Jacksonville Jaguar receiver on all of my big dog teams, but it's mostly like BTJ and Jacoby Myers and Travis Hunter because they're cheaper. Like it's been hard for me to get Parker Washington because people just love to take him so early, which is exactly what I did there. So yeah, like my team so far. The other three running back guy went Lamar Jackson. I was thinking about taking Lamar Jackson also. This is about that time where Renegades takes a quarterback. He's, doing exactly what he always does. Three running backs. He's going to hammer out running backs and quarterbacks and then take wide receiver at the end. And he might take like 8 to 9 wide receivers with these two guys. Which honestly, if you can find wide receiver value, it's not a bad strategy. See, takes Joe Burrow unstacked. So I have Drake May here. Jalen Warren is here. I think I'm just gonna go Drake May and just make sure I get a quarterback. He's unstacked, but I can backstack him with like a Romeo Dobbs. And like Renegades is gonna go double elite quarterback for sure. The other guy I was thinking about taking was Jalen Warren, but I have a stacked running back room already. I could have went Jalen Warren and just stopped at 4 running backs. I don't know. I kind of want to take maybe Blake Corum here and pair up the Rams backfield. But Blake Corum has been going higher and higher as well. But I do like that strategy sometimes because then too you kind of for one it's good just because like they can go off different weeks if they're in a timeshare, but two, if one of them gets injured, my big dog team is still protected. So now I'm kind of like talking myself into it. I know that Renegades likes RJ Harvey, but I feel like Blake Corum rarely in big dogs makes it past this part of the draft board. Because I've passed on him before for like Dak Prescott, and he doesn't make it back to me. Neither does Rico Dowdle. So if I want him, I'm probably going to have to take him at 79. I got to make a puppy pick real quick. My puppy team, I'm like hardly paying attention to it now, but it's a shipper as well, in my opinion. I love like accidentally getting stacks. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just like taking guys and like, oh, I have the quarterback. It's when you know you're locked in, baby. And that's what we are. We've been locked in for going on 3 years now with this. So subscribe to the channel. Hit the button that looks like this, the like button. You'll get notifications when I go live. We can draft together. I'm coming up on the clock here. Justin Herbert's here if I want to go quarterback again and get Amari and Hampton stacked. Quentin Johnson. I do kind of want to risk it and see if Blake Corum just falls back to me here. So I'm going to take Justin Herbert and be done at quarterback. Like I said, quarterbacks go quick. People are going to keep taking quarterbacks. Dang, Blake Corum goes right after me. Was a sign I should have taken him, but that's okay. I'm fine with Justin Herbert. And that's the thing is you want to risk it sometimes. I mean, he could have fallen. Rico Dowdle goes. I knew Renegades was going to take RJ Harvey. And I have a very high amount of Blake Corum, so it's nice getting Kyrene and a big dog. It's like a lot of these receivers feel gross too to me, like Michael Wilson range. Tucker Kraft's here. Chris Godwin, Jordan Addison's here. Jordan Addison goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my guy here. Um, I feel like he's gonna go very high, and I already missed one of my guys, so I don't want to miss another one. I need wide receivers. Like I could have went Chris Godwin, but I mean this guy has less injury concern, and he could have a similar season to Chris Godwin. He's been getting so much hype that people are just gonna keep taking him higher and higher. And I've noticed once Xavier Worthy goes, it's like if you want dribbling, it's time to take him. And like I'm getting him by these injury prone guys, by Jordan Mason. Like these are guys I just don't really want. I really wish I was doing some big dogs earlier in the season because he was going in like the 15th round consistently. But like if he's a smash, he's just a smash and you're going to want him on your team. So don't really care. I'm going to keep taking him. My team will be unique in its own way regardless, and it's only a 10-person final. There's a lot of guys here still. If Trevor Lawrence falls, I could do like a 3 elites quarterback room, and it would increase my advance rate quite a bit just because like every week I hypothetically could have a quarterback just scoring like 30 points. We'll see if he makes it here. I could even do it with Brock Purdy. But yeah, I just like to do it because like I have my running backs. I can find tight end value later on in the draft. Um, I'm confident in finding wide receivers that can hit my lineup. So yeah, if he passes up on Trevor Lawrence, okay, he takes him. So Michael Pittman's here, Fannin, Brock Purdy, Jackson Dart. I might still do it just because I kind of want to punish these guys behind me for not taking quarterbacks. And like as you can see, quarterbacks are now going off the board. Like this guy still doesn't have a quarterback. He still doesn't have a quarterback. And now, I mean, I see Brock Purdy as similar to Trevor Lawrence, and I get the stack with dribbling now. And it helps my advance rate. So I'm protecting my money in this big dog. You get, I think, $1,000 if you make it out of your uh, pod, and you need to come in the top 2 out of 12. Renegades has taken 6 running backs, just as expected. And like that's why I love taking 3 anchor running backs. You know what I could try to do is pair up Keaton Mitchell with this team because I have Hampton. Where does he typically go? So I'm going to take Romeo Dobbs there. I have Drake May. It's another stack. So all 3 of my quarterbacks are stacked as well. I have Romeo Dobbs with Drake May. I have Justin Herbert with Amari and Hampton. My puppy went on auto, and I was worried that it was my big dog. But my puppy team actually like turned out really well. I'll show you that after I finish this big dog. But yeah, I'm really liking this big dog team. I just need Jalen Waddle to have a good season, which is one of my highest conviction wide receivers. I need Parker Washington to have a good season. He's been getting so much camp hype. I have two other wide receivers on good teams that I believe in. So this is a really get your guy team. I took Dejon Stribling with the 90th overall pick, which is a statement if I've ever seen one. Yeah, it doesn't look good for Tyrone Tracy, though. He's starting to fall because they signed Najee Harris. He blew a block assignment in their first preseason game, and Jackson Dart got crushed. So, and then immediately after, they bring in Najee Harris. So, yeah, people are reading between the lines on that one. All right, yeah. Love that Keaton Mitchell fell to me here. Another stack with my quarterback, and I now have two of the pieces in that backfield, which feels great. Could get okay, Debo goes. Could get another stack with Justin Herbert with Trey Harris. See, like there's still some wide receivers here that I like. Tavian Wicks, Ryan Flournoy. And I have four. I also need to be looking at tight ends. Chig, likely Mark Andrews. I'm not taking Mark Andrews. Juwan Johnson, Brent Strange. Renegades gets his second quarterback, and now he's going to just start hammering wide receiver. So that's something to note. Every pick, he's going to be taking wide receivers pretty much. Besides, he needs his tight ends as well. So yeah, me and him pretty much need the same type of players, wide receivers and tight ends. A lot of these guys have their wide receivers already. I did pass up on Coker in one of my recent ones. So I could take him here. He's about 8 picks past ADP. He does just get paid. I'll go ahead and take him. Like I said, I passed on him. So I don't want to pass on him twice. Just feels bad. And I need wide receivers, so. Yeah, the last time I passed on him, I took Trey Harris over him. I think it's fine. Trey Harris is just in a better offense. That's what it comes down to. But Coker has shown that he can catch long touchdown passes. He can have those spike weeks. He's young. They believe in him. They just paid him. So I'm fine with adding him to the team. Should have a few usable weeks. I'm always tempted with Jacoby Lane. I feel like he's not going to make it back to me because of the Lamar Jackson drafter. If I want him, this is the time I'm going to have to take him. I just see upside with touchdowns And in half-point PPR, I really like touchdowns. I need wide receivers on this team. Travis Hunter goes. So, like, I'm totally fine with taking him next to Travis Hunter. And I really don't think he was making it back to me. And now the Lamar Jackson drafter is probably fuming. I know Renegades is most likely taking at least one wide receiver. Yeah, he's 100% not making it back to me. I could do something like a 3-4-7-4 would be a unique build. Like, it is risky me leaving it at these running backs, but hear me out. It's like, if this team is going to win, Ashton Genty needs to smash, aka needs to be hitting my lineup every single week. Kyrene Williams needs to be hitting my lineup every other week. And these two guys, between the two of them, need to be hitting my lineup every other week. And that's basically the bet I'm making when I take them in the top 3. So, like, I really feel like I don't need another running back unless it's someone that, like, I really like that I see the upside for. So unless it's at the end of the draft, I'll see what tight ends I end up with. I mean, Chig is still here. Like, okay, he goes. Terrence Ferguson's here. I think I want to go ahead and take Terrence Ferguson, honestly, since I haven't taken a tight end. This guy wanted Chig for sure, probably. All right, yeah, I'm taking T. Ferg, a little bit above his ADP, but I need a tight end. He's in a good offense. He correlates with Kyrene Williams. And I didn't get my Blake Corum, so at least I get my T. Ferg. So yeah, if you see the offenses like that I'm investing in, it's the Chargers. Excuse me. The Chargers, the Rams, the Jags, New England, San Francisco. And then I have sprinkled in players on Carolina. Obviously, my first round pick and Genty. But like every other player on my team is in a good offense, which, in my opinion, especially in a big dog, that's what you want to do. You need to prioritize advancements, considering it's such a small final. Only 10 people are in the finals. Gonna kind of not have great tight end options here. Like I said, I could go for tight ends, 4 running backs. I feel like if I don't go 4 tight ends, I might not end up not liking this team. I could stick at 6 wide receivers, but it's just a risk with 2 rookies, one. Yeah, it's definitely a risk going only 6 wide receivers. I just feel like I took Cyrus Allen, and I just feel like Patrick Mahomes doesn't really have many other options. T. Thornton just got like carted off the field today. Rashee Rice could get arrested any moment. They could bring in another wide receiver, but it's like Cyrus Allen, the criminal, and Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce, and then the running backs. But I could definitely see Patrick Mahomes just having like a comeback of the year type season. And if that's the case, the receivers are also going to benefit from that. So Cyrus Allen could just be like a smash pick. Definitely going to turn my attention to tight ends, though. I haven't heard much about David Njoku. TJ Hawkinson is still here. Really kind of a gross pick to me. Okay, thankfully he goes, so I don't have to make that decision. I'm going to take AJ Barner here. They have the same bye week, but I'm going to be taking more tight ends. I get him 8 picks past ADP. Feels great. So yeah, I really don't like how Renegades builds his teams, to be honest. He has 6 running backs, which is fine. 2 wide receivers at the top with Deebo Samuel, McMillan, Jerry Jeudy, and Calvin Ridley. 2 tight ends that are like just as honestly mine have higher upside in my opinion. Chig has upside, but like Dalton Schultz is just kind of like blah. Give me T Ferg. So the dilemma here is going 2 more tight ends, or did Cade Otton get injured today? Yeah, he's injured. But it's probably something that's not serious. Gunnar Helm is still here. Second year tight end. Could be playing from behind a lot in Tennessee. So that's definitely an option. Katron Allen is here. Kaleon Black is here. But the risk of going a Kaleon Black is he could help me win, but like I like these picks, like the handcuff picks, better in like the BBM, because if he's not getting me points consistently, he's just a 0 in my lineup each week unless like Christian McCaffrey gets injured like week 3. You know what I mean? But until Christian McCaffrey gets injured, he's going to be a 0. And I'm still kind of thinking I don't need another running back here. Like I could even take another wide receiver instead. Let's see what wide receivers are here. So yeah, I kind of really want to push running back. Like if Ashton Genty has the season that I am predicting, I only need one other of these guys in my lineup each week. Which, I mean, out of these 3 guys, I wouldn't be surprised if I get a flex from one of these guys every week. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't need another running back. That's the decision I made too. I feel like when I took 3 quarterbacks, like I'm not taking another running back. I need more wide receiver depth. I'm actually fine with these 3 tight ends. I feel like the upside is good enough. And I just kind of want another shot at one of these guys at wide receiver. Ted Hurst is here, who does play the Rams in week 17. I have Barion Brown, who should be getting a bump because of the Tyson news. I do really like Ted Hurst, though. I'm just going to shuffle these 2 guys. All right. I kind of like that, though, because like inside I was hoping Ted Hurst got picked because it's like the safer pick. But I have a lot of Ted Hurst. So kind of happy to get some more exposure to a rookie. Like in my opinion, I took him over Vele, but like if they were so confident in Vele, why the hell did they take 3 wide receivers in the draft? You know what I mean? They took Jordan Tyson, Barion Brown, and Bryce Lance. and Oscar Delp, a tight end. It's like that just kind of shows me that they have no faith in Vele. So that ends the draft. I did a 3-4-8-3, same as this guy Gopher next to me. He also did a 3-4-8-3. His third quarterback is Geno Smith. Mine is Brock Purdy. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have advantage over the field at quarterback. And should at running back as well. Tight end is the biggest worry, but like these are three guys that all should be putting up some points. T. Ferg is one of my favorite clicks. So let's recap the team. I went Drake May, Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy, Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Kyrene Williams, Keaton Mitchell, Jalen Waddle, Parker Washington, Stribling very early, paired with Brock Purdy. Romeo Doubs paired with Drake May. Jalen Cooker, Jacoby Lane, Cyrus Allen, Barryon Brown. So I do have a lot of rookies on this team. But honestly, I like a lot of the rookies in the wide receiver class this year. The two of them land in great spots in San Francisco and Baltimore, as well as Cyrus Allen in Kansas City. And honestly, all these guys land in great spots. And now with the Jordan Tyson news, yeah, I quite like the team. The only thing I could have done there was stick with two quarterbacks. And instead of Brock Purdy, I could have taken like Kenny Gainwell, which would have been a fine pick, or another wide receiver like Wan'Dale Robinson. But I do like the fact that it will help my advance rates taking three solid quarterbacks. My running backs too, it's not like this guy took 4 running backs, but all, in my opinion, all of his running backs are a much higher risk. Like Christian McCaffrey's old, coming off a season where he carried the ball a ridiculous amount of times. A-Chain, small frame, also carries the ball an insane amount of times. Josh Jacobs could be suspended, and Brooks is coming off a double ACL injury. Or like my guys are young. Kyrene Williams has done it 3 years in a row. So yeah, I quite like this team. But anyway, subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. I'll see you guys on the next stream. Peace.